Well, I know the sound, hopefully the sound is okay. I know there's a lot of wind out here, so I'll do what I can. But I had to get out of the house to make this today. Anyway, biggest epiphany of all this week has been unraveling. I wrote about it. Well, I'm finishing writing about it for the website, propergentleman.com, which will be up soon. I'm just making some final modifications. I want to get that up and running by the end of this month with some content on there. But this is more about, straight into it, overthinking. I've been an overthinker my whole life, and I just realized overthinking is, so you know when you get an injury and let's say you hurt your foot and your foot heals, you find yourself still walking with that slight limp as if you were still injured. And with every injury we do this, where our body, our mind, our brain tries to make sure that we don't feel that pain again. The emotional response to pain, especially emotional pain, the emotional response, your brain's emotional preventative measure for emotional pain is the overthinking process. And we find ourselves overthinking about stuff that doesn't matter. Like, people don't care whether I'm making this video or not, and even if they walked by, they wouldn't care. People don't care. Nobody cares what you're doing except for you. Nobody cares what you're attempting to do except for you. People care about how you made them feel, and that's pretty much it. And I have been an overthinker my entire life, as if I've been living my life by watching it on a big screen, as if it's some movie that I'm watching that I can direct. And if I can direct it the right way, I can get all the probable positive outcomes possible. And the overthinking has been such a bane to my existence that I just understood the amount of life that I've missed out on by overthinking. I have not enjoyed life because I've been so busy trying to avoid pain through the overthinking process. And I'm not mad about it. It's more sad because I realize how much life I on. But now I understand how much more life I have to live, how much more life I must live. In trying to avoid pain, we also avoid joy. We know that the amount of pain that we're willing to accept is the amount of joy that we're also ourselves to be able to. And also, maybe you enjoy this. The sunshine and the nature. So it really hit me like, somebody would say hello to me or say hi, and I would think about all the 1,000 different meanings that it could have meant. I would think about how to create a perfect scenario so that I can get the most positive and probable possible. Instead of just enjoying the moment for what it was, I'm trying to capture these moments in my head. And even now, like as I'm telling this epiphany, I'm just overcome with this. Again, I'm not sad. It's just, wow, it's been 40 years of this. It's been 40 years. And the reason why this is included in this proper gentleman thing that I'm seeking and being is that the proper gentleman is about doing. And everything that I'm about now is about doing and experiencing and being. And it's so funny because that does start in the head. The being does start in the head, but you still have to act it out. I was telling my dad when I was thinking about this that, you could be on your knees. Imagine being on your knees praying to God, to Buddha, Elijah Muhammad, Jesus, the universe, the stars, whoever you pray to. And imagine praying on your knees for someone to bring you food. And you would never know if your prayer was answered because you never went to the door to check if somebody brought you food. And that's where an overthinker is. An overthinker is in their head, living, playing it out, doing the thing, and not living it. I was going over in my head the things that I was going over in my head the things that my exes had told me. And I just realized that I never sat down to take the time to really just enjoy the moment. And sometimes, yeah. But most times, with almost everyone I with, in my head, I'm trying to play out the perfect scenario. Like it was a movie. And it's not a movie. It's just real life. And it's like there's a touch the ground or touch the table exercise that I'm starting to make myself do. And that is when you catch yourself overthinking, touch the table or touch the grass. And get back to out here. The world inside is so expansive that we can get caught up in everything that's inside. And we lose grip on reality. What's real? The things that you can touch, feel, experience. Smells, taste, see with your eyes. And my response to pain has been to shrink and to get smaller and to make sure I don't feel pain again. And that's what overthinking is. And so this is about there's an element of being proper, especially as a man now, that the achievement process means that I must go out and do to feel properly, to feel proper pleasure. I must go out and do it, and I must experience, and I must find out for myself, and to continue trying to plan the perfect, positive scenario is losing time, and we just don't have as much time as we think we have. Go out and buy a house. Go out and get married. I thought, all the times that I've avoided the commitment of getting married was to avoid the pain of the possible divorce that was probable due to a statistic. And guess what about the statistic? Let me tell you something about the statistic. Nobody cares about the divorce statistic except for you. If you allow yourself to. No one cares. Get married, get divorced, who cares? Enjoy it, but enjoy it. Enjoy the marriage, enjoy getting married, enjoy the time with the person. This is about experiencing life. And we talk ourselves out of it to avoid possible pain. But if you don't experience pain, you can't experience joy. And I feel like I've been kind of going through the motions with all of that. And I don't want to go through the motions anymore. I want to do and to feel and to experience and to see, touch the ground. And I think that's an amazing opportunity that life provides us to be able to live it. And so the thinking, no more thinking. Let's go do. Let's go experience. Go be. And that's what this is about. This is about me going and doing all the things, living those values. This is now part of my value, my core values that I want to go do and experience. I don't want small, mediocre things to try to get me through the day anymore. I don't want to bury myself in escapism and try to go live in my head and escape. I want to live and go do and experience. And overthinking is a result of, it's a trauma response. Overthinking is the brain's trauma response to emotional pain. And you just don't have that kind of time. You don't have that kind of time to sit and ruminate on how to avoid past pain. That's why the past is this construct. We're here in the present. It's like your body. I can remember every time I've gotten injured, and it's like the scene replays in my mind. But it's like it was 19 years ago that I tore my hamstring. 19 years ago. And I still live it out in my brain, and I walk a certain way because my hamstring was torn 19 years ago. And it's so crazy that my brain would do that. It's crazy that my brain would avoid that as a survival mechanism. Overthinking is the brain's trauma response to emotional pain. And you have to let some of this stuff go. I have to let some of this stuff go. Anyway, hope that made sense. And if you have any questions, comments, love to hear them. Love to hear how you have responded to trauma, how you are actively engaging with yourself to move forward. And let's discuss in the comments. See you guys around.